Hello and welcome back to my channel. In the last video, I have already covered the definition of endocrine system. Today, we will see the secretion and the function of hypothalamus gland and the pituitary gland. To start with, hypothalamus is located here in the brain below the thalamus and above the pituitary gland and brainstem. Thalamus is a part of the brain that relays sensory information. Hypothalamus is the size of an almond. It connects to the pituitary gland. Hypothalamus keeps body balanced in a stable state called homeostasis. It is the main link between the nervous system and the endocrine system. When hypothalamus receives signal from the nervous system, the hypothalamus secretes neurohormones that starts and stops the secretion of pituitary hormones. Hypothalamus makes several hormones itself that is stored elsewhere. The first hormone is CRH. CRH means corticotropin releasing hormone. So, the hormones released by the anterior pituitary in response to CRH is ACTH, that is adrenocorticotropic hormone. This ACTH travels to your adrenal glands, causes your adrenal glands to release the stress hormone cortisol, and regulates the metabolism and immune response. GnRH is gonadotropin releasing hormone. And the hormone released by the anterior pituitary in response to this hormone is FSH and LH. How does it affect the body? Well, it travels to gonads. In males, LH causes the testes to make testosterone, FSH controls sperm production, and in females, LH and FSH control the menstrual cycle and trigger the release of an egg from the ovary during ovulation, or maybe it is called as ovulation. Next hypothalamus releasing hormone is GHRH. Now GHRH is growth hormone releasing hormone, and the hormone released by the anterior pituitary in response to this GHRH is growth hormone. The growth hormone directly goes to your long bones and the big muscles to stimulate growth. The next hypothalamus releasing hormone is TRH. TRH is thyrotropin releasing hormone. Hormone released by the anterior pituitary in response to this hormone is TSH. Now, TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. What does it do? It travels to your thyroid gland, causes your thyroid to release thyroxine, which is called as T4, and triiodothyronine, which is T3. The next hypothalamus releasing hormone is dopamine. Now, hormone released by the anterior pituitary in response to dopamine is prolactin, which is also written as PRL. Well, this prolactin goes directly to breast tissue to produce breast milk. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland is connected through a stalk of blood vessels and nerves, which is why this function happens. Hypothalamus is a smart control. It controls the endocrine system. Hypothalamus sends signals in the form of hormones to the pituitary gland, which either releases hormones that directly affects a part of the body or sends another signal in the form of hormones to a different gland in the body that then releases its hormones. It tells the anterior or the posterior pituitary gland when to release or secrete its hormones. Well, the hypothalamus controls mood, hunger, thirst, sleep patterns, sexual function, body temperature, etc. Now let us see and understand pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is located over here. It is a small size of an almond. It is located at the base of the brain below the hypothalamus. As I told you, it is connected through a stalk of blood vessels and nerves. Pituitary gland is also known as a master gland. It makes hormones that controls the function of many other endocrine glands. Pituitary gland is divided in two main sections. One is anterior and the other is posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary is also called as front lobe and the posterior pituitary is called as the back lobe. The anterior lobe makes and releases the following hormones which I have already explained while explaining hypothalamus. Now let us see the hormones of posterior lobe. Now the posterior lobe of pituitary gland stores and releases the hormones made by hypothalamus. It releases ADH. Now ADH is antidiuretic hormone or it is also called as vasopressin. It regulates the water balance and sodium levels in the body. Oxytocin. Oxytocin helps labor to progress during childbirth by sending signals to the uterus to contract. It also causes breast milk to flow and influences the bonding between the parent and baby. In males, oxytocin plays a role in moving sperm. So, this is all about hypothalamus and pituitary. In the next video, I will be covering the other glands.